Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Financial debt can be overwhelming, and many people are afraid to file for bankruptcy because of the repercussions on their credit score.
But our next guest says he can help you with the life after bankruptcy, even boosting your score to 720 points. Joining us now is Jamie Miller. He wrote this book, The Truth About Bankruptcy in Wisconsin, and it's already helped hundreds of people. Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Good to see you again.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
It's sad that there's a need for a book like this, but the truth is there is. You wrote your first book, The Truth About Bankruptcy. We'll talk about starting over in a second. What was the reasoning behind it? Was there such a big need for people filing bankruptcy that you really had to help them understand it?
Yeah, people have a lot of questions about what bankruptcy is, what their bankruptcy alternatives are, and we were getting questions on a daily basis. And I thought I would create a book and give people an opportunity to get that in their homes, read more about it, and be more educated about bankruptcy before they came into our office.
What do you think the biggest misconception is in your experience with people as it relates to bankruptcy?
I never want to make it seem like bankruptcy is a great solution for everybody, but it is a solution for some people. And I think the biggest misperception is that it permanently damages their credit. Most people that come see us already have bad credit, and we're able to take them through several different processes, whether it's bankruptcy, debt negotiation, debt settlement, to really help with the end goal, which is bringing their credit score back.
Debt can feel like an insurmountable mountain, I think, to people. I know it causes a lot of depression and causes a lot of arguing, fighting, problems in personal life and relationships. You guys really hyper-focus on after bankruptcy. People have already filed. Where do you walk them through? How do you get them back to that credit score of 720, which is your goal, to get them there as quickly as possible?
Exactly. I've been doing this since 1993. And we've really been focused over the years of trying to figure out a process to help people get their credit score back. And we finally, within the last couple years, were able to figure out a process that helps them to discharge their debts in a bankruptcy. And then the second step is making sure that their credit report is clean. That's really the most important thing, because people will file bankruptcy today and then 6 months from now look at their credit and it looks the same. So we clean up their credit report, and then once we have their credit report clean, we enroll them in a program called 7 Steps to 720. And it's a credit restoration program that's going to get their credit score to 720 within about 18 to 24 months after a bankruptcy is filed.
That's really quick. You wrote the book, The Truth About Bankruptcy. We just talked about that in Wisconsin. You have given this book away and sold more than 2,500 copies, which is incredible. But right now, you're offering this book free to people who call because you have copies to give away. So in the next 2 hours, if you call this phone number, it's 414-376-6363. You can get a free copy of the book. I'll repeat the phone number. It's 414-376-6363. Now, as Tiff mentioned, you focus on then after the bankruptcy. You've written this book, Starting Over, and there are those 7 steps that people can do. Is it actually, I would think, very gives people a lot of peace of mind to have somebody with your expertise to walk them through the process rather than trying to do it or clean up their credit score on their own?
Yeah, it's very comforting for people to know that we're going to be there after the bankruptcy is filed. And all of this post-credit counseling is no additional charge. And that was my goal, because I wanted them to be able to file bankruptcy and then not be burdened by incurring more debt to be able to improve their credit as time goes forward.
So they do these online courses, get through the 7 steps. That whole portion is not an additional fee. What for them can they expect? What can people who file bankruptcy expect in terms of being able to buy a home or do different things, have a credit card again? Are those things all possible in that 18 to 24 months?
It's absolutely possible. And what we see, so it's getting a 720 credit score is the difference between a $250 a month car payment versus a $500 a month car payment. And that's life-changing for people.
It is.
What kind of reaction do you get from people who have a credit score, especially after going through what I would think is somewhat traumatic, filing bankruptcy and kind of going through that process, and then to have their credit score reestablished to 720 or better?
One of the greatest things that technology has brought is immediate response from clients. So when I look at my Google reviews, and I was talking to my wife yesterday, and I was reading her one of a Google review that came in yesterday of somebody who filed bankruptcy about 8 months ago, and they were just able to buy a car, and they were able to get a nice car instead of an older car that they were going to have problems with, and that was very gratifying.
Yeah,
I bet.
I think it's great. Is there any one tip that you can give people who maybe just want in general to raise their credit score? Is there any one tip that you tell people, hey, if you're going to do one thing, this is what it is?
Yeah, I would say get your credit report
Yeah.
and know exactly what's on your credit report, because when someone comes in or we look at a credit report, there's always errors on the credit report.
Is there a magic number for credit cards? Is it 3?
A number of credit cards?
Yeah.
I would say 1 or 2, because the
2.
more credit cards that you have, the more it impacts your debt to income ratio. Because even though you have, one credit card with $1,000 credit limit with no balance on it, that still is affecting your debt to income ratio.
That's interesting.
Huh,
Yeah.
Okay, magic number, there you
Yeah.
go. Here's how you can get your copy of Starting Over. You can call for the giveaway at 414-376-6363. They're going to give it away to the first close to 100 people. So make
Call
sure you
right
give
now.
a call right now so you can get yourself a copy. Thanks so much for being here, Jamie.
Thank you.
Great to
Thank
see you again.
Great
Great
to
to see
see
you
you.
too.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.